Hi, my name is Lindsay Stain, and today I'll be sharing with you information about our honors college at A&M Commerce, specifically for information that the parents or guardians would find helpful. So just to give you an introduction on who the honors college team is made up of, we have our dean, Dr. Aaron Webster Garrett, our director of honors programming, Brittany Yeager, myself, Lindsay Stain, and I am the honors academic coordinator. Down on the bottom left is our honors advisor, Miranda Phillips, and to the right of her is our administrative assistant, Leanna Quinoy. So we as a team will assist your student with the completion of their honors and degree requirements. We definitely promote and scaffold community experiences for all members of the Honors College. We try to have events for them to go to, opportunities for them to collaborate and meet as a group, and not just within their own degree, major, or cohort year, but really integrating with the entire Honors College community on campus. We also oversee and guide a capstone process, which I'll talk about in just a little bit. And we also teach a lot of the honors classes. So there are specific classes that we incorporate into your student's degree plan that are specifically for honors college students only. And a lot of us teach those courses. And we offer general and holistic student support. So we are always available, whether by in person, by phone, email. We will never turn your student away if they come to our office last minute and have questions or concerns. And we just want to be able to help them through their college experience and guide them in the best way possible. So a little bit about scholarship details. So we have two scholarships. One is HC 100, which covers up to 100% cost of attendance, and our HC 50, which covers up to 50% cost of attendance. And this applies to their tuition, fees, room, board, and there is a book stipend that is applied direct deposit into the student account, usually the first week of school. Other perks that we have in the Honors College is that we have specialized advising. So Miranda Phillips, like I mentioned earlier, she advises all honor students. They're required to meet with her. So all of your students had to meet with Miranda in order to register for classes. They also get priority registration, no matter what their classification level is, freshman, sophomore, junior. And they get housing in the honors community. And I'll talk about that in just a moment. So in order to keep their scholarship within the Honors College, we have a few requirements that we ask. One of them is to maintain a 3.3 GPA overall. We do give a little bit of grace. We understand that some students are coming in with dual credit. Maybe they didn't do so well with their dual credit classes in high school. They kind of have to catch up a little bit. And we also offer a probationary period. So if they fall below that 3.3, we usually give them a semester to improve their grades and pull it back up. And then after that probationary semester is over, we review their grades again to see if they can maintain their scholarship. And that's something that's usually meeting with the dean in order to determine if it's close and they're on a good recovery path. We do ask that they enroll in a minimum of 15 hours per semester. This keeps them on track to complete their degree plan in a timely manner. And also it aligns with the university, a lot of their scholarship requirements, like Blue and Gold, Presidential. They also require 15 hours. So we're just kind of keeping in line with what the university expects as well. Right now, they must live on campus for the first year. So that's really to build that honors community in that cohort. After the first year, they can choose to stay in honors housing, or they can choose to live off campus, at home, fraternity, sorority housing, anything like that. We do have 30 hours of honors coursework that we require of the students. Some of it will be outside their major or degree plan, but it does fall under their honors requirements on their degree works. So, and these are usually going to be interdisciplinary studies. We really value the opportunity for students to definitely learn outside of their major and not be just constricted to what their major is requiring, and kind of build them as a whole person so they understand different areas and they're kind of well-rounded. And then we also have the capstone experience. And so each capstone experience has a different process to it. But the HC 100 students are required to do the thesis research project. Some HC 50s will opt to do this as well. 50% scholarship students at the end of their freshman year, they will apply for one of the 3 capstones, and then we'll determine what capstone they get by the end of the semester. So a little bit about housing. Our students are currently in phase 2 on the 4th floor. It is upper level housing on campus. So normally freshmen do not get to live in phase 2, but we are so happy we were given an opportunity to put our students in this really nice living space. They are suite style rooms. So there's 2 separate bedrooms and then a shared living space. And there is a shared kitchen on the floor. So we usually use that area to kind of have gatherings sometimes. Students will get together, meet, play games, things like that. All apartments will have a bathroom and shower, sink area, couch, chair, small side table, and then the beds are XL twin, in case you're wondering what sheets size to buy. And they do have laundry on site, so they don't have to go off campus or out of their dorm to do laundry. All right, the next portion we're going to cover is meal plan. And I just want to state ahead of time that this is for students. This scenario that I'm going to give you is for students, maybe they're not getting any other scholarships. So let's just say no other aid, nothing, just honor scholarship. So this will kind of break it down, because the honor scholarship is a last dollar scholarship. So what that means is that all of the other university scholarships go on first, then the honor scholarship is applied to what's left on there, and then outside scholarships are applied after that. So there's a little process. Everyone's balance looks different. It's really, it changes with each student. But in this scenario that I'm going to try to explain, we're going to assume that the student only gets the honor scholarship. So your student was required to pick either the 17 meal plan or the 19 meal plan. And you can see the price difference there. That would be the cost without any scholarship, $26.60 or $28.70. Now, our scholarship will only pay either up to 100% or 50% of the 17 meal plan cost. So if your student did choose a 19 meal plan, and let's say they're 100 HC 100 student, there will be a fee on their account for about $210, because we only cover up to the 17, the minimum. Anything extra the student is responsible for covering. We try to tell them this before they chose. So if you need to talk with your student about what meal plan they chose, and if they need to change it, they can still do that within their housing portal. So for instance, if your student is an HC 50 student and they chose the 17 meal plan, then we would pay up to $13.30 for that one. If they chose the 19 meal plan, we still only pay up to $13.30. The student would be responsible for the other portion that is not covered. Same thing with the HC 100. Honors College will cover the full cost of the 17 meal plan, $26.60. However, if they did choose a 19 meal plan, the student is required or responsible for paying the difference of that $210. Okay, so roommate and meal plan surveys were sent to the students via mail, and that was back in May. So everything with roommates are finalized right now. Meal plans can still be changed. We do recommend that they change them before they use them. So if there is any issue with what meal plan they chose, they can change it in their housing portal. Now, scholarships will post after the 12th class day, which is the census date from the university. And this is done by the financial aid office. We did offer students the option to have their scholarship applied early. They had to sign up for it, and they had to know that they were not going to change their schedule later, because any kind of changes to a schedule will fluctuate the cost. So it'll change. So that was offered for students who knew, hey, yep, I like my schedule. I'm not going to change it. I want my scholarship posted early. So those were sent about a week ago to the financial aid office, that list, and they should be applied. If they weren't applied last week, they should be applied this week before classes start. There are payment plans available. So if you do have a balance on your account, I'll kind of go through that process on how to set up a payment plan. If you need proof of enrollment for insurance or anything like that, that will be available starting the 12th class day. And that is also available in the Students My Leo portal. And like I said earlier, the book checks will be direct deposit. They can set up their information in My Leo for how they want to receive refunds, and it'll be directly deposited into the bank account. Okay, so for the payment plan, all HC50 students will either need to pay in full or set up a payment plan by August 23rd. That is the Friday before classes start. And this will prevent them from being dropped for non-payment. So there is an option in their My Leo for Leo Pay. There's an option to enroll in a payment plan for the fall 2024 term. There is a $35 setup fee and they require $100 down. And then they break it up into 4 installments over the course of the fall semester. The only issue is that when you set up a payment plan and your scholarship isn't applied until, let's say, end of September, early October, because like I said, it's only applied after the 12th class day. We don't know exactly when. Your Once that scholarship's applied, your balance will change. And so your payment plan information, or as far as how much you owe, will change. If you go ahead and pay in full, then after the scholarships post, you'll get a refund for what you paid out of pocket. So that part is all done through financial aid. And then if you have any questions as far as setting up a payment plan, that's all done through student accounts. And I have their information there at the bottom for you. All right, so now we're going to get into FERPA, which is the Federal Education Rights and Privacy Act. This is a federal law, and it basically states that whenever your student enrolls in college level coursework, their rights transfer to them. So basically anything that if you want to get information about your student, unless there's a FERPA waiver on file, we cannot give it to you. Any office on campus cannot give you any information unless the student fills out a waiver. And this is specifically done through the registrar's office. They have a form online. The student would have to fill it out, upload a copy of their ID, and state specifically who is entitled to receive information for them. And this applies to grades, balances, location, classes, basically anything you would want to know. So you can't call up and ask us, oh, so-and-so needed help or had a question. I want to get a hold of them. We can't tell you where they are or what they're doing. Now, however, if you are concerned about your child and you need a wellness check done, please call UPD. They will go and find your student and check on, make sure everything's okay. So this is really important, just that your student knows as well. We have told them about this information. As far as balances go, so let's say you're paying for their classes, there is an option that the student can set up where it's basically a parent pay, and they can set up an account where you can only log in to pay, but you can't see all their other information like grades or class schedule or anything like that. So they would have to do that on their end as well. Okay, so now I'm going to give a couple of scenarios on how our scholarships are applied. Now, I did mention that like HC 100, it covers up to the full cost of attendance. There are some fees that I mentioned over here: the enrollment fee, housing application fee, parking permits, graduation application fee, or any kind of fines, tickets, groceries, travel they do. It does not cover. But the way it works is that grants and admission scholarships apply first. So anything that's internal scholarships is applied. And then the honor scholarship is applied. And then external scholarships are applied. So how it works is I have 2 different scenarios here. The one on the left is going to be a student, and these are all just round, pretty numbers. They're just just to show, for example. So the first student on the left, let's say their total charges are $11,000. So, and then they get the presidential scholarship, which is 2,000, and let's say they have a Texas grant, which is 2,500. So their gift aid is 4,500, which is taken off that 11,000. So their total charges for the term is $6,500. That is what the HC 100 scholarship will cover. Okay. Another instance. On the right, we have the same or different student, still has $11,000, but they don't get any gift aid. Nothing internally, nothing grants, nothing like that. So their total charges for the term is $11,000. Our scholarship will, HC 100, will cover the $11,000. Now, in a different scenario, the HC 50s. So this covers up to 50% the cost of attendance. Same scenario. So let's say we have the $11,000 student. They get the presidential scholarship, the Texas grant. So their net charges for the term is $6,500. Now, HC scholarship will pay half of that. The HC 50 will pay half. So the student's responsibility is $3,250. On the other side, let's say the student, $11,000 on an HC 50 scholarship, no gift aid. So their total charges for the term, 11,000. HC 50 pays half, 5,500. And so the student is responsible for the other 5,500. And just to end with some important dates that you should be aware of, the first class day is August 26th. And like I said, the payment deadline is August 23rd. So payment plan needs to be set up or balance paid in full for all HC 50 students. And this will prevent your student from getting dropped for non-payment. And like I said before, once the scholarship is applied to the account, then the balance will adjust, the payment plan amounts will adjust, or if you paid in full, you'll be refunded the difference. Move-in is in August, so it is currently August 20th. Move-in is this week. Students selected their days and times in the housing portal already. And so they should just follow the instructions they've received through housing portal and through their MyLeo email. Some people were able to move in early just due to special populations like music, athletics, things like that. We do have a family weekend on campus, and generally it's at the end of September, early October area. However, the date is not announced yet, but we will email all the students with that information as soon as it's posted, because we really encourage families, friends to come out and see where your student has been living, what they've been doing, the friends they've made, the organizations they've joined, things like that. It's a really great time for everybody. And we're just really excited to have your student here in the Honors College and get to know them and help them along their college journey. So that concludes this presentation. If you have any questions about anything that I covered here, our email is listed honorscollege@tamuc.edu. You can also call us. We do have a website, and then we do have a Facebook. So I encourage you to follow us on Facebook if you have one as well. We post a lot of events and accomplishments of our students and kind of spotlight them just so other people can see how proud and how great they are. So, and that concludes our parent presentation. Thank you.